My name is Jerald Talbert and I'm assigned to Engine 47A on the Memphis Fire Department. On November 29, 2018, Engine 47, along with other companies, responded to a laundromat on fire. Upon the first arriving company on scene, they noticed that this wasn't a laundromat, that it was actually a club/restaurant. All the companies converged on it pretty quickly and got the fire under control. And shortly thereafter, most of the fire was knocked down. So I've probably done this 100 times or more. I just climb up on the wall, go into the attic and check for hot spots. Well, this particular time, same thing happened. I climb up on the wall and I'm sitting up on the top plate. And this is approximately 9 foot high. And then next thing you know, I recall saying that I'm falling. Well, in between this time, this was a 9 foot high wall. It would probably only take a second for me to fall from 9 feet down to the ground. But it seemed like it was at least 30 seconds because I had time enough to say, I'm falling, and knew that I was falling. And right before I hit the ground, I said, and I'm gonna hit, and then I hit. Well, immediately I thought that my neck was broke, or even worse. I thought I was just laying there and I could possibly be dead. And I remember, just moving my hands and then moving my feet. And then I thought, man, I'm alive and I'm okay. So I sit up. And then I can hear everyone say, lay back down, lay back down. So I laid down. After I get in the ambulance, the guys assess me, and sure enough, my shoulder is dislocated. The funny thing is, when I rolled back off this wall, I landed on my head. I remember just thinking to myself, this is why I thought that, my neck should have been broke, or even worse, is because I landed on my head. My shoulder, I don't know how this came into play. So one of the most important things to me at that time was just making it back to the company so that I can leave exactly the same way that I came in. That was just something that was instilled, in me, early on in the fire service. So they finally released me from the hospital. I will make it back down to the station, and I'm ready, ready to leave. Well, I get dressed, and I'm on the way home. I call my daughter. I explain to her what happened. She calls her mom, and tells my wife what happened. So by the time I make it home, I get the earful from my wife, and I said, yeah, I fell, and I messed my shoulder up, so on and so forth. So I take my dog for a walk, come back home, and then I jump in the shower because I have a doctor's appointment later that afternoon. Well, when I'm in the shower, everything hits me, and then I get real emotional, and then I just break down because, a 9 foot fall landing on your head is a significant fall. And here it was, I was okay, other than my shoulder, that was the least of my problems in my opinion. Well, I break down and I think about my grandson. I think about, not being able to play with him, thinking about my wife, possibly having to take care of me. So I was just really emotional, and then it just hit me all at once. So I go back to the station because I got this doctor's appointment, but I want the doc to see the helmet, that saved me, or which took the brunt of the impact. And when I looked at the helmet, I noticed that my eagle was crushed and the leather was ripped, and I was like, wow, that this was a hard hit. So after getting to the doctor and talking to the surgeon, he was saying, yeah, that helmet did take a good hit. As a matter of fact, he looked at my head and he actually saw the compression straps, the indentations in my head, and he was like, man, that was a real good hit. So that you're really lucky. And I tell you, it wasn't luck to me. It was divine intervention, and it was this helmet, this Phenix helmet. I have no doubt in my mind that it was this that saved my life. If I didn't have this helmet on, I wouldn't be talking right now. I wouldn't be here. I'm so thankful to the Phenix Technologies team. They have no idea how much this helmet means to me. I think about it almost every day. I think about where I could be right now, and I'm so appreciative of the product that they make. Again, if it weren't for them, if it wasn't for this helmet, I would not be here today. So I don't know what else to say other than thank you. Thank you for the helmet. Thank you for saving my life. And I know I speak for my wife and my family, and they also say thank you as well.